Aquarius. This is your tarot reading for the month of January 2016. I'm going to shuffle for about a minute. The cards have been pre-shuffled and cleared with the crystal. So I'm going to shuffle for just a few minutes as I meditate. Oh, Aquarius, this came out for Capricorn for January 2016 as well. So this first card is the Devil. Okay, I'll explain that in a few more seconds. Okay, I'm going to cut the cards. Okay, so the Devil was the first card, and this is a major arcana card. The next card is King of Wands. This is a fire, element of fire. Note how this King of Wands is facing the Devil. They're doing battle. This King of Wands can represent someone in your life. We have the Temperance card in reverse, another major arcana card. Yeah, things are out of balance. This Devil is causing a lot of chaos. And this King of Wands is right in the middle of it. We have Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Swords represent air. And Aquarius, you are an air sign. This is in reverse. This could very well be you. Your energies could be reversed. And keep in mind, this Knight is mirroring the Devil. It's in reverse. It's absorbing the negative energies of the Devil, which is flipping it to the reverse. We'll get to that in a second. We have the Emperor, and this is going to end up being in the middle of your spread. The Emperor is about order. The Emperor rules, and the Emperor has obviously, the Emperor overrules all the kings here. And this is about control. And so keep in mind, this king has a wand, but this king has a wand and a scepter. And there's a huge battle going on here. Keep in mind, so far you have 3 major arcana cards, Aquarius. We have 6 of Swords. This is also your element. This is about traveling over water. It can mean traveling to a new home, a new job. It can also mean emotional healing, because Aquarius, even though you're air, there are also subtle references to water here. We know that when water evaporates, it's because of air. We have your emotions, traveling over emotions, healing, getting to a better place emotionally. I think that's definitely what's going to be needed, considering that Temperance, this is this is a water card. This is the element of water here. You see upright, the angel has perfect balance. 1 foot is in the water, 1 foot is on the ground. They are balancing with 2 cups the energy of emotions, but this is out of whack. This is out of balance. There's some chaos happening here, especially with this King of Wands and the Devil. And so we're going into the month of January trying to get our emotional bearings back, our mental bearings back, because the swords are psychological. It can mean mental distress. Out of all the cards in the tarot, swords probably have swords probably have the more depressing energies. You have this Ten of Swords, which means hopelessness and despair. Nine of Swords, which means worry. Eight of Swords, which means feeling trapped and hopeless and not having options. Seven of Swords, which can mean dishonesty. And then we have Six of Swords, which means this sorrow, looking back and just looking over regrets and moving forward. Five of Swords, which means fighting and conflict. So Aquarius, and I'm an air sign too. By nature, air signs, we don't have it easy, I think, as far as tarot goes. When we see our air signs show up in the tarot, there's a lot of mental distress going on. But that doesn't mean, complete. It doesn't necessarily mean that um, everything else is out of that everything else just turns bad. It doesn't mean that we cannot be happy and be fulfilled. But like I said, we are the type of people who internalize a lot of things. We overthink things sometimes. We have this Four of Pentacles in reverse. This can mean a reversal of letting go, holding on, being selfish. And not necessarily being selfish, but sometimes sometimes this can mean not spending as much, being conservative. So sometimes if this is reversed, in a good way, it can mean letting go of something, not trying to hold on or control things. And this doesn't have to do with your actions. It can represent someone else's actions as well. This is lovely. We have the Star. We have hope. Keep in mind, the Star has two jugs in their hand, and we have water being poured out here, but the water is going back to the larger pond. It's about getting and receiving. So even though, oof, and we have 1 foot in the water. Oh, let me see here. Okay, I think I got it. We have 1 foot in the water in both cards, Temperance and the Star. We have 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground. We also have this balance that we give and take. There's a balance of water pouring in and then we receive. What we give, we can also receive. It means that there is harmony as well. Now, in the beginning of your reading, the Temperance card was reversed. And that's because of some chaos that was being caused by the devil. But now, near the end of your spread, you have this Star, and we get back to having balance. But not only that, a positive outlook on the future. The Star means that good things are coming. So this is very good, Aquarius. We are getting our bearings back. And it seems as if we're releasing, letting go, and we're going to move forward here. It seems like we're dealing with this negative energy and distancing ourselves from it. Now, we have Four of Wands in reverse. I wish this was upright, because then it could mean that we are getting past certain obstacles here. But the interesting thing is that we have another fire sign here. And I think that a lot of this disharmony that might still continue has a lot to do with this King of Wands here. We're going to find our emotional balance. This is going to turn out okay regardless. But this means that success in overcoming the obstacles will not come just yet by the end of the month. You will still need to do some struggling here. And, water and fire are presumed to be incompatible elements as well. But um, the star is guaranteeing, this is a major arcana card, and it's guaranteeing success and happiness, regardless of these minor things. It's also, you have four major arcana, which I think are very significant. They're not the majority of your cards. You have 4 out of 5 cards. But it means that you have to work through some very important changes. You have to enact some changes. You have to deal with changes. And it also means you have influence over these huge disruptions and changes going on. And like I said, I see this coming from, it can come from a specific person if we're looking at this from the angle of a relationship, but also in job and career, traveling. You might be starting a new job. I think this new job will work out for you. Things will not be happy at the start. There will be obstacles so that you can get to that peace and harmony and happiness. I'm going to shuffle for your outcome card. Outcome cards. I'm going to give you 3 of them. Ah, what happened here? Ah, nothing but swords here. We have 3 of swords and 5 of swords. Okay, so 2 outcome cards spilled out for you, Air Aquarius. And as always, swords represent air, which is your element. This represents disappointment and heartbreak. And this means a struggle or a conflict, winning a conflict. But also just general conflict. It might not even be a conflict that you win. But I think that this devil has, struggling with this positive outcome here and trying to get rid of the chaos. The first thing that occurred to me is that you could actually have a dysfunctional family member. I'm going to go ahead and pull the 3rd outcome card. Ooh, okay. 6 of Cups. This can represent family. It can represent fond memories or strong emotional attachment to the past. It can represent an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend as well. Someone, you know, in some respects, it could mean an ex relationship coming back, an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend coming back. But in that respect, Aquarius, it might not be a good thing for this person to come back. Maybe this person was coming back and they brought all this chaos and they interfered with your happiness and stability. And maybe they brought back a lot of sorrow and pain. And if this is a family member, I think many of us have sons or daughters or loved ones that have been dysfunctional for a long time. They haven't been able to be productive. They haven't been supportive. So if this is a family situation, this is definitely something to where you need to take heed that this family member doesn't come back to break your heart again, because I think there is going to be a disappointment within the family. But I think that the star, because it's a major arcana card and because it is foretelling a positive future here, I think everything that's happening here is going to be for the better. I think that there are positive roots and things that are put in place here, especially with the energy of the Emperor. The fact that your temperance and your balance has been reversed to the star. Your temperance was in reversed, but this balance of water and emotions has now been upright for a positive future. So there are things you're going to need to work through, with this Four of Wands in reverse, Aquarius. And a lot of this might take you to that place of a lot of mental distress and disappointment, but I think you should work through it. It could certainly mean that there are ties, this Six of Cups here. It can also represent that maybe ties with family or certain sorrows or burdens or issues you've had in the past, they are getting resolved and you have to fight over it or you have to resolve the conflict. But you definitely need to be aware of this turbulence that may be affecting you mentally, Aquarius. And it may actually have you being very defensive and really taking this problem head on. Keep in mind that you could definitely, this Five of Swords with the conflict, I definitely think you're taking on this devil, and you could be taking on this King of Wands as well. But I definitely see this as an ongoing battle. The theme of this spread for you is taking on the conflicts, facing them head on. And I think you will do that successfully heading into February. So, Aquarius, that was your tarot reading for the month of January 2016. I just want to thank everybody for your kind comments and your support and subscribing to my channel. Also, thank you for those of you who have purchased tarot readings. If some of you would like clarity, because this is in general, I don't think that, if you're trying to look for a specific situation and trying to make sense of how this all applies to you, sometimes it helps to get a personal reading. And I do offer tarot readings for $10. You can get an email reading as well. But yeah, sometimes it might help to just get a little bit more insight about what's going on. So think about getting an email reading that can sort of give clarity on what's going on for you in the month of January. But I'm happy to see that some of the things I'm presenting here have been a big help for you. So once again, thank you to everyone. Have a wonderful and safe new year, and I will see you in February.